Dr. Wessels here. Do you have a few minutes for your sales development? Let's talk about influence. Do you want more influence? Would you like to get people to do what you want? You are going to need to use your persuasion skills to personally affect others' actions, decisions, opinions, and thinking. That is the essence of influence. Yes, influence is that big. It includes opinions and thinking. Let's say you see your kid with another one that's a bad influence. That upset you're feeling comes from a worry that a change in opinions and thinking is about to happen in your child. That's the plot for the movie 13, by the way, and it's disturbing how easily kids are influenced, it seems. But people are also relatively easily influenced. These skills are neutral, folks. They can be used for good or less than good. So how can you access these skills and how can you be more influential? Grab a pen and paper and jot this down. Influence results in compliance. Influence is about getting conscious and even non-conscious compliance with a request. Someone does what you want them to do. We have more on influence in here, but let's start with some basics that drive compliance. These are authority, promised rewards and punishment, perception of you as likable or expert. Influencing others builds upon these four basic steps. And the important thing to remember is that there's a high level of influence based on your social position, where you are endowed with authority. It's the highest. A lower level of influence is where you can offer rewards for compliance as consequences, and these are both positive and negative consequences. But high influence also comes from people's perception of you. If you're really likable or you can be seen as an expert, you can get people to do things you ask them to do. Celebrities and doctors are great examples of this. So, if you have a badge and a gun, or you're a boss, you can get compliance while you're there. But that won't necessarily affect opinions and thinking. It's limited influence. Threats and promises have a short-term impact. People will do a lot to avoid negative consequences, and they will pursue rewards. But there's a decay in their commitment that shows up if consequences are not immediate. Now we deal with the longer lasting ones. Getting people to like you or consider you an expert has a longer term impact. That means if you want to be more influential, it's better to use your expertise or the ability to gain social rapport and liking rather than barking orders as the boss. You typically want to gain people's agreement and compliance over the long term, which means you need to access liking and expertise. The deciding factor in what you want to use, whether positive or negative consequences, your authority, or your charisma and expertise, depends on your objective. One of the enduring foundational principles in selecting influence approach is purpose. You need to know why you want to influence someone and what you want them to do, and then you can select the appropriate tactic. So, for example, what's the purpose? Short-term action? Long-term change of mind? Well, we have lots more information on this skill and digging into it, but this is the strongest start we can give you. Begin with a purpose, select your best tool, and go forward. Because the only thing we can't make more of is time. So sell well.